As sort of a more casual, soccer fan, I think there's something really appealing about this because it seems like it's easier for me to get my head around it. Do you think this is
less intimidating for sure?
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of PlayStation Underground. You got Tim here, and I'm joined by Laura. Hello, Laura.
Hi, Tim. Thank you for having me. Representando Latinoamérica today in PlayStation Underground.
It's so good to have you on the show. Laura's from the PlayStation Social team here with me. We're also joined by Jeff Antwi, the Volta producer for FIFA 20. We're checking out FIFA 20 today. Hello, Jeff.
How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Excited to check out some of FIFA 20. So you're going to guide us through a little bit of the FIFA 20 demo if you want to jump into Volta. So you're specifically the producer on Volta, that mode for this game. So how does this fit into the FIFA 20 package here?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I am one of the Volta producers, and really this is a landmark year for us on the FIFA franchise. We're delivering, something that has been requested by the community for many years.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to be able to kind of show you what we've been working on behind the scenes, and really Volta Football is kind of bringing street football back to the franchise for the first time in a really long time. And we're focusing on not only the street football portion of it, but obviously over the years we've really honed our gameplay and our experience on the stadium side of things. So.
Okay.
Even just looking at this video, you'll be able to see kind of how we're looking to blend the stadium side of things with the street
transition there,
culture as well.
That's cool. So yeah, full transparency. I have played soccer/football video games in my life growing up, and I've enjoyed them, but don't follow the sport religiously. But I've always been, I'm a fan of a good video game, and Volta mode is actually specifically appealing to me because I love the lights in the crowd of the stadium, but there's something really, I think, accessible and exciting about this mode. And Laura, you've actually got a chance to check it out a little bit too, right?
I have, and one of the things I think, Jeff, if you want to talk about, we hear a lot about, FIFA Street, callbacks to FIFA Street, but this is street football, is not FIFA Street, right?
Exactly. We built this on the foundation of the Frostbite engine and the great gameplay engine that we have established over the years. And it's really important to note that this is more of a authentic and really culturally relevant experience, as opposed to it being, the arcadey nature that past FIFA Streets may have been. This is, as you can see here, it's extremely authentic. Everything from the clothing that the people are wearing, the players are wearing, to some of the kind of gameplay experiences and things that you can do. Being able to use the wall and have the wall behave in an intelligent way.
Yeah.
All of the different skills and kind of tricks that you can do are all really authentic to street football.
That's cool.
And so we're really excited to be able to focus on that element as well.
That's awesome. And Jeff's at the controls here too, as he's doing double duty and giving us a tour of what FIFA 20 is all about, but then also playing at the same time. So this is exciting. So obviously, compared to the 11v11 matches of a proper stadium match, there's a way more intimate feel, which I think for me, as sort of a more casual soccer fan, I think there's something really appealing about this because it seems like it's easier for me to get my head around it. Do you think this is
less intimidating for sure?
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I like the cell phone celebration cam.
Absolutely.
So would you say, for someone like me who appreciates, just a fun competitive game, that Volta is a really good place just to start for FIFA 20?
Yeah, absolutely. Volta, it's for everyone. For one, it's extremely fast. It's fun to pick up and play. It's easy to kind of use the controls and kind of understand what's going on. And there aren't a lot of rules around it. There's no offsides.
Okay.
You saw a foul there off the top, but we really want to limit the amount of fouls that are being assessed and
Do
called.
I see players actually being kind of checked into the walls too?
Yeah, so there is a physicality to the game as well, and it's great that you mentioned the walls because we have environments. We have up to 17 environments right now, and with each environment, you can turn the walls on or off. So when there are walls, the games can be really physical. You can defend players against the wall. You can use the wall to your advantage, whether it's offensively or defensively. So there's just a lot of depth to I'm trying to play here. And
I mean you're defending your turf pretty well here, actually.
So the funny thing is the AI is completely revamped to be able to work with a small-sided game experience, and we've got different size pitches as well.
Okay.
As well as different match types, so you can play 3v3, 4v4, 5v5. Obviously, this is 3v3, so the AI is really fitted to the different experiences.
And it comes with its own sets of rules, right? Every environment that you play and all of that.
So we have basically two kind of modes. We have street mode, which is what you're seeing here. The AI is being very aggressive here. They must think I'm quite good. And then we have futsal. So futsal is a more professional style experience, and obviously futsal is something that is very popular around the world. And so futsal doesn't have walls. There are referees. There, obviously are kick-ins and corner kicks, and we've got, we don't have the substitutions necessarily, but we do have a ton of the rules that come with a futsal experience.
Okay. And like I actually, Laura and I were talking recently, and I was learning for the first time what futsal is all about. And is it that there's actually a different ball that you play with too, so it handles a little bit differently and feels a little bit different?
Yeah, absolutely. So the ball it's a smaller size ball. It's a little bit heavier as well. And we've actually modeled that in the game experience. So the physics of the ball behave accordingly. It behaves as if it were a futsal ball. And not only that, the AI kind of like understands the different behaviors that they would need to be able to play futsal.
Okay.
It's a very fast-paced game. There's a lot of quick passing. There's specific movements that happen within futsal that we've modeled as well. So there's a lot of detail that goes into the gameplay experience.
So would you say this is very accessible? Of course, we talk about that. But what about the FIFA veterans? They will find some challenges in here, right? New things to learn and to master.
Absolutely, there's a ton of depth in terms of the gameplay mechanics. So we have all of the same skill moves that you would want to use in regular Level 11, but we also have a bunch of street-specific skill moves as well. So we have a simplified kind of flick systems, which you kind of saw there.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically me just pressing the R3 stick and being able to lift the ball into the air. And depending on the type of player, whether it's a 1-star player all the way up to a 5-star player, they'll be able to execute different moves.
Okay. And then, for someone who's way more novice like me, and I was going to jump into Volta mode right away, what would you say, besides that technique, would be something I should really focus on, just like, in addition to just like the key fundamentals of passing and shooting, like what should I try to focus on as a newcomer?
Really, it's all about just having fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of depth in there, and there's a lot of things that you'd be able to learn. You're going to want to learn. So, fundamentally, passing, quick passing, being able to use the walls, being able to use skill moves at a very simple level. So we have a simplified skill move system, which is basically holding both triggers down, and then by doing that, and depending on your left stick direction, you'll be able to execute a simplified skill move. So, for example, there's one there.
Okay.
We'll drag back there.
All right.
So that's just me holding.
Pivot.
Yeah, that's just me holding, both L2 and R2.
And that
does
allow you to kind of change trajectory just sort of on a dime rather than it just allows you to pivot a little bit more freely.
Yeah, it allows you to be, skillful with the ball without having to worry about, the right stick gestures.
Okay.
It's basically just you holding both triggers and then being able to, get something satisfying very simply.
So, Jeff, what can you tell me about the sort of general package of FIFA 20, beyond Volta mode?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, FIFA 20, it's a landmark year for us, and obviously we're delivering a brand new experience with Volta football, but also we've been focused on making sure that the rest of the game is also extremely polished. So the first thing obviously is gameplay, and with FIFA 20, some of the high-level features we've been working on include football intelligence, player instinct. We've got a set piece rewrite that we're working on, all new ball physics. Obviously career mode is a thing that we're always focused on, and as well as a new season of FUT. So there is a lot that is going into FIFA 20. Again, it's a landmark year. So it's Volta, but it's everything else as well.
And Volta has some other modes, right, that you were discussing?
Yeah, absolutely. Volta is extremely deep, and not only is it about being able to create your avatar and customizing your character. We've got a story mode this year again, which is about your avatar as the main protagonist and how we kind of introduce you to the world of street football. We've got Volta Tour, which is a kind of PvE experience where you're playing tournaments throughout the Volta world. Volta League, which is PvP, which is awesome because it's online. You're playing against other opponents, and so Volta is very very deep, along with all of FIFA and the entire package.
Awesome. I'm on the edge of my seat seeing how this one's going to wrap up. It sounds like there's just a lot to the whole equation here you can expect from. Volta is definitely, I think, where I'm most interested as a sort of starting point with the game, and so you can also have goalies. You can have no goalkeepers if you want. So there's a lot of.
You were also telling us about customizing your own. Creating your own character, right? And it's really customizable.
Yeah, absolutely. So with Volta specifically, and we won't get to see it here obviously because this is the demo, but it really starts with you creating your avatar, and once you created your avatar, it's yourself. It's your because again, we want to be authentic and relevant to the culture. It's yourself, and you're bringing yourself through the street football world, and it starts with a story. And so what the story does is it kind of introduces you to the world of small-sided football and Volta. And the nice thing about the story this year in FIFA 20 is you're the main protagonist. So in the past, it's been we've given you a character, but now you are the character kind of navigating the world. And so that's really great. And you're able to kind of customize your character as well.
Awesome.
Everything from your hairstyle to different clothing elements that we have. So everything within Volta is really about your avatar and you as well.
That's excellent. Well, that's an excellent look at the mode, I feel. I really appreciate you taking the time to kind of walk us through this. And, folks don't have to wait too long for the full release. FIFA 20 is coming out September 27th. And you can also check out Volta mode for yourself. There's a free demo now on PS4. But, Jeff, thanks so much for joining us for a look at Volta mode.
Really happy to be here. Thanks for having me. And looking forward to the worldwide release of FIFA 20.
Thank you very much.
PlayStation